there's a few different ways that the fire service has directions the fire service has taken to change, I would say, the gender participation in the fire service. Historically, you can argue yes or no to this, is the fire service was more politically driven, as it is a politically driven industry driven by local government councils, mayors, and so forth. So we're directly employed by the government and financially driven by the taxpayer. So ultimately, there's going to be conflict with that. A lot of fire departments have moved to what's called a merit system, which it's a merit-based hiring process, and it's a merit-based employment and a merit-based promotional, all in one through a merit system. So say that a woman wants to apply for a fire service. She's going to be treated and tested the same way as what a male is going to be. So, for example, you show up, you take a test, which is a general aptitude test, equal for all. Then next you're going to do an interview, usually, and an interview is going to be done in front of a panel, asking questions, such as, the most popular question asked today in an interview by a merit system panel when you're applying for a firefighting job is, what is culture diversity and what does it mean to you? Number one question. Number two question is, are you a team player or are you an individual? And how do you interact with other people? They're testing your personality whenever they do this. Lastly, they're going to issue you most fire departments are moving in the last 15 years to what's known as a CPAT test. It's a candidate physical agility test. And basically the means of this is everybody, male and female, no matter who you are physically, will be treated and tested in the exact same manner as somebody else. And the test is supposed to be more realistic and pertaining to the fire service. And it's kind of copyrighted per se, or governed, by a few group of people fairly well, in that it's a set amount of time to practice and prepare for the test. And when the test gets here, it's a specific test order, format, and time equal for all. So a female and a male would have the equal amount of opportunity passing these tests without, any advantage one side or the other. Lastly, the people ask, if there's females in the fire service or if there's males in the fire service and how many and how does that work? You can look at it like this, being a diverse department makes you flexible, and being a flexible department makes you a better department. For example, you have somebody that can speak Spanish and you make a run on somebody who can't speak in English and only speaks Spanish. By being diverse, what you have done is made your department flexible, therefore offering a better service. Or in this case, you think about having a female firefighter dealing with female patients on scenes from assault or whatever they may encounter. You were flexible, you were a better department, you provided better service. It's showing to be productive today in the fire service. So the topic of female firefighters, I think, is always going to be there. It has been there, but you're starting to see, a change of the attitude of how the fire service is, both with gender participation, minority participation, and so forth. And it's showing that there's actually, benefits to this, and it is fruitful to invest in this type of attitude.